3 reasons why Roman Reigns must return at WWE Saturday night's main event. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Paul Heyman betrayed Roman Reigns for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Although Reigns attempted to go after the Wise Men on the Raw after, Braun Breaker surprised the Tribal Chief and the WWE Universe with a thunderous spear. It was later revealed that Heyman and Rollins had recruited Breaker. Reigns has not been seen on WWE television ever since. However, the fans are clamoring for his return. With that in mind, let's look at 3 reasons why the Tribal Chief must return at Saturday night's main event, scheduled for May 24. Sami Zayn was Seth Rollins and Heyman's first target on Monday Night Raw after the Visionary and Braun Breaker took out Roman Reigns and CM Punk. The former World Heavyweight Champion offended Zayn when he warned him about repercussions as a friend and suggested the underdog from the underground to move to SmackDown. Upon the straight-edge superstar's return, Zayn found himself a tag team partner. At Saturday night's main event, the two will wrestle Rollins and Breaker. However, Punk and Zayn have issues of their own. Meanwhile, Reigns has proved he can coexist with Punk and Zayn. All 3 of them joined forces at Survivor Series War Games late last year in a winning effort. Today, they have a common enemy in Heyman and Rollins, which could easily translate into another alliance. Perhaps Reigns is the missing piece of the puzzle. On June 28th, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, will host Night of Champions. WWE usually pulls out big names for their shows in the Middle East. Reigns has been a staple of these events. Last year, the company booked a last-minute 6-man tag team contest pitting Reigns and the USOs against Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. With another Saudi Arabia show coming up in a month's time, perhaps WWE would speed up Reigns' hiatus period and get him back in the ring. Before Night of Champions, there is also Money in the Bank in the first week of June. Often regarded as one of the most important premium live events, PLE, the annual show could also feature an appearance by Reigns. If Zayn eats a pinfall at Saturday night's main event, as Rollins and Breaker can't lose this early into their new alliance, Punk would need a new partner to take down Heyman's team. The Wise Men's betrayal has deeply affected Reigns and Punk. These 2 heavyweights are box office attractions. A tag team contest pitting them against Rollins and Breaker could headline any PLE. The 2 joining forces again after everything that happened between them within the past few months seems poetic. WWE SummerSlam 2025 will go down in the history books of the global juggernaut. For the first time in its history, the show will be a 2-night extravaganza at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on August 2nd and 3rd. The WWE landscape has witnessed major altercations between top stars, with many expected to compete at the show this summer. Here is a look at the early WWE SummerSlam match card for this year. Since her WWE return after 2 years, Alexa Bliss has been having major altercations with Liv Morgan. These happened at the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber PLE, which got a huge pop. Bliss could shift back to Raw before SummerSlam and begin a feud with Morgan, becoming a marquee match for the show. Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor have been seen in heated scenarios since WrestleMania 41. Tensions could explode near the buildup of SummerSlam this year, with both men becoming mortal enemies. This could see Mysterio put up his IC title against Balor in a top match of the SummerSlam card. WWE Universe expected Bianca Belair to be revealed as Jade Cargill's attacker and a potential feud at WrestleMania 41. However, they went a different route, but could explore this storyline for the summer. A match between the former women's tag team champions could be a great addition for the SummerSlam card and captivate the audience like no other. Braun Breaker is now a Paul Heyman guy, and he could guide him to go after a legend to elevate his status as a top star. Breaker's target could be none other than the legend killer, Randy Orton. The Viper is still in the prime of his career and can pose a serious threat to the dominance of the Wolf Dog at SummerSlam. The New Day has transformed into an evil tag team with the WWE World Tag Team titles in their grasp now. They could face an interesting challenge from an unlikely team who could come from SmackDown, the Motor City Machine Guns. This first ever bout between the 2 decorated teams could be a spectacular match for SummerSlam this year. Goldberg is set to have his retirement match in WWE this year. Following an altercation with Gunther last year at the Bad Blood PLE and major rumors, it could take place at this year's historic SummerSlam PLE and become a hard-hitting affair to witness. Tiffany Stratton won a big match at WrestleMania 41 by defeating Charlotte Flair. She could put down another horsewoman at WWE's next Big Four event, SummerSlam, by competing against Becky Lynch. The man can make a switch to SmackDown and pose a big challenge to the rise of Tiffy time at SummerSlam. One of CM Punk's goals since returning to WWE has been to become world champion again. His ambitions could lead him to challenge Jey Uso in a first-time ever singles bout. The Yeet Man could have a marquee match with Punk, and it could become a huge attraction for the two-night spectacle this summer. The WWE Universe has seen the tensions between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins reignited since 2025 began. Moreover, Rollins has now stolen Reigns' Wiseman and Paul Heyman and made him his trusted manager. The issues are expected to continue to be prevalent until the buildup of SummerSlam and lead to Reigns and Rollins colliding at the historic event, which is a marquee match for any WWE show. Cody Rhodes has been absent from WWE television since losing to John Cena at WrestleMania 41. The American Nightmare could resurface before SummerSlam to challenge Cena to regain his throne. This could set the stage for a big rematch at SummerSlam this year, with Rhodes on a mission to dethrone Cena and regain his WWE title. At this stage of his career, Roman Reigns needs a few weeks off between events to avoid overloading his body. The former world champion participated in numerous shows between the end of last year and the first part of 2025, having to increase his appearances also at the request of Netflix, which made its official debut in the world of wrestling through Monday Night Raw. The Tribal Chief had been absent from WWE since the Royal Rumble, before starting a spectacular feud with Seth Rollins and CM Punk that culminated in their showdown at WrestleMania 41 Night 1 a few weeks ago. Roman gave his best effort in the most prestigious event on the WWE calendar, but he could not prevail due to Paul Heyman's betrayal that favored Seth Rollins. At this point, fans and insiders are wondering what the management's plans are for Reigns in view of the summer. It is unlikely that the former world champion will participate in Saturday night's main event. In fact, it would be a rather shocking surprise. Some fans have pointed out that Roman does not even appear in the promotional poster for Money in the Bank, the company's next PLE, which will take place on June 7. According to Dave Meltzer, famous correspondent for Wrestling Observer, the Tribal Chief is destined to stay away from the ring for some time. I guess no Roman Reigns. They're probably saving that for later. Roman Reigns isn't coming back for a while. Exactly when, I'm not sure, but it's not going to be for a while, Meltzer stated. If he were to skip MITB, Reigns' next goal would become SummerSlam. He could continue his feud with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, but it is not excluded that Triple H has other projects in mind for one of the symbolic faces of the company. In the rivalry between Reigns and Rollins, a young talent like Braun Breaker could fit in who seems really ready for his definitive consecration at the highest level.